The only thing is they're dark, so I really can't see what the hell I'm doing. All kinds of faults for cam. We get our nice overpriced new one. I really can't see with these things. I don't really care for GDS 2. Look to our left, we can see all the happy people going home from Gulfstream. Alright guys, we got something new today. I'm going to give this a shot and see how this actually works out. Forgive the airport noise, but we're going to wing it and see what happens, alright? So this is a 24 Malibu. You can't buy these, we only get them in the fleet. So 24 Malibu with like 25,000 miles, so still under warranty, which we have privileges, so it's all good. The code we have today is in the parking assist control module, and it says the vehicle identification number, you know, information. And the cool thing about the GM stuff, so this is the top-down report, but remember that these are extracted and pretty much mirrored of the OEM software. So this is how GM does it too. You know, they do current, history, pass, failed, whatever. But we see that's the only current thing. Now, these cameras have a tendency of overheating, and when they do, they're done. I mean, it just is what it is. So there is a TSB or something related to this fault. It tells you to reprogram the actual forward-facing camera, and if it doesn't work, you replace it. So that's what we're going to do. I already tried to do that. It didn't work, so we got our new one. Word of advice, keep your new one separate from the old one. That way you can distinguish between the two, right? Nothing worse than trying to reprogram a old module you think is new. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get this one out of here. These are very finicky, and I'm actually wearing these meta glasses. The only thing is they're dark, so I really can't see what the hell I'm doing. But there it is. Now the finicky part is these wires right here. So I crap you not. If you literally sit there and wiggle this connector with the vehicle on, it will trip out and set all kinds of faults for cam. So bad one on the ground to get out of the way. We get our nice overpriced new one. I really can't see with these things on. It's great. Hopefully y'all can see. Alright, that nice click. The locking retainer. Okay. And we know camera goes that way. And guys, one thing about these cameras is that they record a lot more than the actual public is aware of.
1 hour later.
Alright, so I definitely rode the struggle bus, had to get these things off so I could see what the hell I was doing. But we got the new one installed, it's in place. Remember, these are super finicky. I'm not going to install the trim panels yet. We're going to wait, verify that we actually fixed the car. What happens is when you cut the car on, you'll get a service camera message, and forward collision or whatever is going to be inoperative. But new one's installed. Let's go ahead and start the programming process. All right, of course, we got our 20,000 set on supply mode, so we can do some programming. We're going to use the RLink to do this. Get this set up. I really can't see with these things. Hopefully it's nice to us. Well, that's happening. We'll go ahead and plug in our RLink. Beep. Do not shut your cord in the door. Okay, let that thing do its thing. I will say that GM programming is one of the painless ones majority of the time. As long as this is actually working, it's pretty painless. Okay, so with our vehicle off, we're going to put this thing in a service mode, and with GM push button, that's going to be holding the start button down until you hit. There we go. We're going to turn off all of our loads, make sure everything's off while we're doing this. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so we are using the RLink. Works like a charm. Okay, we'll go ahead and load up SPS2. That's going to be GM's software updating and programming stuff. We're going to go to our front forward camera programming, and next. Now this is where you got to make sure you know what you're talking about, okay? So these are RPO codes. This is how GM can tell you the build of the vehicle. So luckily with the factory software, all you got to do is go over here and look for your RPO codes. Now I already know which ones I'm after, and it's going to be this one right here. It's going to be RPO UEU minus UGN. Alright, so this is what it actually has for the new one. You see there's nothing there, right? So we're going to actually hit next. See unrecognized calibration. That's because it's a brand new component, camera / module. We're going to hit start programming, and we're going to let the tools do its jobs. So it was definitely lying to me. It took not even a minute. Alright, so I got my claim code written down. I'm going to cut this car off, let it sit for a few seconds, open the door so she can fully do its whole reset procedure, whatever you want to call it. That's especially important trying to clear codes on the newer Chryslers or Y-Tech. Let the car go to sleep. Remember, cut our loads off. Alright, let's clear our DTCs from here. Now, clearing DTCs using SPS is not always guaranteed, and also we still have to do the calibration of the camera. Luckily, these are dynamic, so that just involves a little driving. So we're going to close SPS2, and we're going to open up GDS2. That is GM's software OEM scan tool. So we'll go to our camera functions, configuration reset, and then we have our forward camera learn. We'll start it and see what happens. So before I hit continue, what I'm going to go ahead and do is get rid of the power supply, make sure the car's ready to go, and then I will start that procedure. Alright, so I just got blocked up by a tow truck behind me, so we got this back together. This is the original message that we had, service front camera, but the DTCs have changed. So if we look here, we'll see calibration data, calibration not learned, status is current. So as soon as I can, I will be driving her to do the calibration. Alright, so change of plans. I do need my laptop to be fully charged, so we're going to switch over to the Phoenix Plus. Let's see, auto scan. Now these can do some of the stuff without having the actual ADOS subscription. You used to be able to. Let's find out if we still have the ability. Let's turn the vehicle into service mode. We're already there. Alright. So now what we're going to do is safely drive our vehicle, and we're going to watch as our learning process takes place. If you notice that yellow amber light with the lines, that's because it's not calibrated. I'm sure you're going to hear road noise, and my head's going to be like a damn swivel. Let's see if this works. Probably not the best, but hey, first time for everything. Usually when you're doing the dynamic, they want you to be kind of drive safely, grandpa, no sharp corners. It wants to be able to see the lines in the road, all kinds of stuff like that. So you see we're starting to get some learning. And if we look to our left, we can see all the happy people going home from Gulfstream. Now the calibration is pretty straightforward. Takes a little bit of time. Sometimes it's faster than others. Just depends on where you're driving at. I just use my little loop. Dynamic calibration is key. I mean, it let the car do its job, and softwares and the magic happen, right? All right, I was trying to catch it while I actually did it, but it jumped to me too quickly. So it says it's successful. Let's see, I ain't worried about that. All right, so we still have that little warning right there, but you see that our amber light is gone. Because I am actually driving, I don't want to get hit. I don't want to hit nothing. All right, our warning message is gone. I'll show you that. Car off, open door, boom, back on. We'll do read DTCs. You see that there's no warning coming up, no fault codes in there. If we turn on our cruise control, now we can see we have full control over it. We can cut on our lane assist. If there was still an issue with it, then we wouldn't be able to do any of that, right? It would just be like, nope, bye, fix me. So that's it, man. Programming a forward-facing camera using OEM software, the RLink, and then we actually did the calibration with Phoenix Plus. Hey, man. If it works, it works. And Duck signing out. See you in the next one. Quack, quack.